Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today I've got a really cool figure from the vintage collection to show you. As you guys know, I'm a massive fan of clone troopers and this guy is no exception. It is this one, the Shock Trooper from the Lost line of the vintage collection. Very cool figure, very impressed with it for the most part. A couple of things that I'd have probably changed about the final product, but nothing too major. And overall it's a great purchase, something that I definitely recommend picking up if you are an army builder. And definitely something I'd recommend over that piece of crap Saga Legends figure, pardon my French. But yeah, definitely a far superior figure to what is available at the moment. Got some trivia to share with you about this guy, as well as some very cool features, so I'll get onto those in just a moment. But before we do, as always, we're going to take a look at the packaging that this guy comes in. Now, as I mentioned, he is from the Lost line, so you've got the alternative vintage card back for this one. As I've said in previous reviews, the Lost line is an abandoned packaging concept that was contemplated by Hasbro, or Kenner at the time, around the time of the vintage line. This was one of the proposed packaging designs, but Hasbro or Kenner eventually opted to go for the traditional black and silver line look that we're all familiar with today. Some of these figures were available on vintage cards as well. But these Lost line figures were first made available through the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Carbon Freezing Chamber set, which, as you can see from the back of the packaging, featured one figure from each of the 6 Star Wars films. So as you can see, you've got the retro Star Wars logo at the top, you've got an image of the planet and a vehicle that corresponds with the character, and you've also got an image of the Shock Trooper as well on the bottom. On the reverse side, got an image of the figure. A bit of a description about the Lost line itself, and as I've just shown you, some of the other figures available in the line. I've reviewed most of these. Darth Vader, the Sand Trooper and Jar Jar have been reviewed, and Princess Leia and the Clone Lieutenant will be coming very shortly as well. So that's the packaging that the Shock Trooper comes in. Now let's take a look at the figure itself, and as I said, it doesn't disappoint. Really impressed with this one, but there are a couple of things that I would have liked to have seen either improved or changed. The first of those is the helmet. Now Hasbro have got this obsession, it seems, with reusing this awful 5-year-old sculpt for this Clone Trooper helmet. The one thing that bothers me the most is the fact that it's oversized. It doesn't look too bad in this shot, I suppose, but it's quite big. And it's made of a very soft, rubbery plastic, and in my opinion it's just not as detailed as it probably could be. Probably the only thing that the Saga Legends Shock Trooper holds over this particular figure is that the helmet looks a lot better, but that's just my opinion. The helmet, as I've just shown you, can be removed, and underneath you have a head sculpt based on the younger appearances of the clones, played by the actor Buddy Taylor. There you go. This particular Clone Trooper figure was first released as the Attack of the Clones Clone Trooper figure back in the Vintage Collection Wave 6. Obviously he's been repainted and given a new helmet to match the Shock Trooper Legion. Got some very cool red markings on this one. Really looks nice. Obviously the Shock Troopers are Emperor Palpatine's personal troopers. They accompany him to Mustafar to recover the body of Anakin, and also in the Senate during the search for Yoda as well. In terms of articulation, this guy has a ball jointed head, hinged shoulders and elbows, hinged wrists as well, so you can really get this guy in a wide variety of poses, as you can see. He does come with a ball jointed torso as well. He has hinged hips, hinged knees and hinged ankles, so really can't fault the articulation on this guy. Definitely one of the best clones released. As you can see, weaponry wise, he does come with the DC-15 rifle as well as the DC-15S carbine, both of which are the updated sculpts. And overall it's just a great figure. Definitely one that I'd recommend adding to the collection. The helmet is an oversight, it's just me being really picky, I suppose, when I complain about it. As you can see, when you do get it in certain positions it can look a little bit weird due to it being made of that soft plastic. But it's not a major concern, and it's not something that really needs complaining about. As I said, it's just me being a bit picky and a little bit OCD about my figures. But there we go anyway. The Shock Trooper. Really do like this figure, guys. If you can find one of these highly recommend picking one up. You can get them cheap enough on eBay, and I'll also include some links in the video description to some of my most trusted online retailers where you may still be able to get this guy. But again, he's from the Vintage Collection, which ran its course around late 2012, so don't expect to see this guy in stores, but if you do, pick him up because he's definitely worth it. So I want to thank you for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Until then, as always guys, thanks for watching, keep collecting, and may the force be with you.